Yeah.
Evil
So,
circus.
I mean, try and watch that song "Baby Mine" or whatever when she's rocking the baby through the bars and they can't because she can't get to him and without it's impossible. And this is soft trauma-based mind control. Like
Give me my baby back.
Really young when I saw my first movie, and it was the dinosaur one, Land Before Time.
So this is Higher Side Chats, and they're talking about Disney. And let's have a listen. Disney being a really creepy mind controlling thing, and it is.
And it's all about.
He doesn't try to get to his parents. That's a disenfranchised.
Okay, now check it out. Okay, because it's seared into my memory for all time. Because you're watching this little story, and the bubbles on the screen, and there's frogs, and there's newts, and there's dinosaurs, and they're all migrating because of a great famine, and then this earthquake happens, and and then they get chased by this T-Rex, and the mom fights off the T-Rex, and when the baby finds the mom, she's on the verge of death, and she says, I'll always be with you, even if you can't see me. And at this point in the movie, I'm freaking out as a child. And then the neighbor who took me to see the movie, I wasn't even with my parents, he's like, do you need to call your mom, go home? I'm like, no, all right, stick it out. But this is like forever change type of experience for me, right?
Yeah, that's pretty raw.
The death of the mother is the most traumatic thing I've ever seen in my whole life. On how big is this screen to a kid, right? Giant. So I go home and then I have.
You know what all the Disney princesses have in common? Wait for it, I'm going to tell you. They all have a dead mother. Isn't that nice? What a spoiler alert. If they don't have a dead mother, they have a missing mom. Snow White, where's her mom? Dead. Cinderella, where's her mom? Dead. I don't know about Jasmine. Maybe she's got a mom, maybe not. I've seen the little Sultan dude, but I don't know if that's her dad. I know that's her dad. I don't know about no mom. Don't look like there's no mom there. I don't know about Mulan. Who's the other one? Ariel? I don't see her with no mom. I see the King of the Sea, but I don't see no sea woman. So right there, you got a problem. And you know why they do that? Because they programmed into women postpartum depression. A woman has a kid, maybe say it's her first one. She gets to about, I don't know, whatever age, when her child's the age of the typical youth princess, the mom can be triggered. Well, postpartum is like right after you have the baby. But what they're sad about is because they feel like they're supposed to be dead. And it's programmed in. It's very subtle, but it's really sneaky and sick the way they do it. And do they do it? They do it. They do it. So we're going to listen to some more.
Have this Littlefoot stuffed toy from the movie because he was an orphan, and I witnessed this trauma, and I had to give it to him because it was like some form of self-therapy. And I think a lot of kids go through this type of, subconsciously, but it's not just the ultimate plush toy marketing strategy. This is like soft trauma-based mind control for sure.
Ultimate toy. In that movie, they're seeking out tree stars, which could be pentagram symbolism.
For sure.
I don't know. But what about Bambi? There's a traumatic killing of the mother. Yeah. Jesus.
And Bambi's interesting too because that's based on a book by I think it's German or Bavarian pornographer Felix Salten. So Google, Bambi and Felix Salten, and that's a saucy story too.
Orphans are big. Aladdin, Jungle Book.
Jasmine
Out of
doesn't have
there.
a mother, does she?
Out of there.
Oh yeah, Jasmine doesn't even have a mother. Not only does Aladdin not have any
I told you.
Cinderella does not. She has a wicked stepmother. So not only is the mom absent, but now the role is being vilified, just like Ursula or Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess Beauty and the Beast doesn't really. Their parents don't come into that. Although I think she does have an aggressive dude.
But no, she has to be the slave to the Beast because of her father.
Yeah.
So he'll let her father go. She'll agree to be the Beast slave.
Yeah, well, that's also kind of that dangerous is sexy kind of thing too. That vampire thing.
Right.
What?
And it's weird
Dangerous
because in that movie,
sexy?
in the beginning opening scene, she's
sex
singing
with
a song
goat,
about
man?
books and going to the library and checking out books and reading fairy tales. And so it's kind of like fairy tale inception, you know. She's got some predictive programming going on right in the movie where she's programmed by a fairy tale to go off and find a prince.
Yeah, wow. I mean, Alice in Wonderland, I think that's Alice in Wonderland, Sword in the Stone, Peter Pan, Jungle Book. Most of those people are orphans, or I think Alice just doesn't connect with reality. She just wants to go down that rabbit hole.
Right, and Alice in Wonderland is also one of the major monarch mind control themes because of its inverted reality. Because in programming, they want you to feel like pleasure is pain, hot is cold, you know, anything that's opposite or inverted. So Alice in Wonderland goes great along because she never knows if she's in a dream, and this is a big part of the monarch system too, is keeping people in a trance state and never knowing what's real and what is fantasy.
Never know.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, Disney movies are starting to seem less creative to me all of a sudden.
Well, they're not creative at all. They need our creativity. They're dark, and they have to inject some innocent creativity in there sometimes, or they've just recycled themselves to hell.
Psychology
I've heard
is
that there's
magic.
an element of their involvement is to replace our child's imagination with their version of it. Basically, you know, people are less creative when they absorb corporate media versus actually just being a kid.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is defined as sorcery. So you've got what I outline in part one, the difference between a magician and a sorcerer. And a sorcerer is interested in bending other people's wills to serve his own purposes. He believes he is the god on earth, and every element and will should be subservient to him. Okay? So by using our imagination against us, this is how they are creating, you know, an army for the sorcerers, because the imagination and the will are the two things that any magic book will tell you are the mental faculties needed for the art of magic. And so Disney's slogan is, you know.
So what you do is, this is my plan. I call over my lady friend, or I send her a message and I ask her, does she want to watch Hammer of the Gods and chill? She'll watch all these crazy, sweaty Viking dudes and get in.
Triggered. Then go pick some grapes. The grapes are lush and ready. Milady, the grapes are lush and ready, like yourself. Do you want to watch Hammer of the Gods? And have you seen that? I'm gonna put the picture of it on here. It's fucking insane. It's on in my dad's room. I was like, what in the fuck are you watching? Then I remember I did watch it with a lady friend a long time ago. They like it. There's man rape in Hammer of the Gods. Be advised. Tell the children to leave. They're raping people over in here. Sweet Brown says, oh my God, there was a fire.